One ecosystem, you know them. We not frightened for nobody, but we respect everybody, and we better than everybody. So we will run with anybody. No fear, no better than we. No kind, no better than we. Step on me one and say, one ecosystem to the world you say. One ecosystem will do something, do something, do something, do something, uno do something, do something. I'm not talking. One ecosystem will do something, do something, do something, do something, uno do something, do something. I'm not bag of leg chasing. Hey, hey.
And good evening to Trinidad and Tobago, good evening Caribbean, and good evening world. Welcome to Beyond 2021, our 31st edition of this wonderful program. It's all about blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, and emerging technologies, also financial technologies. It's a great day. It's a beautiful evening. I'm out in Arima, and the weather is a bit overcast in Arima, and I believe it's overcast all over the world. So a wonderful greetings to one and all, wherever you are in Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean, and our world. Those of you who are locked on Synergy, not Synergy, Gael the Caribbean, Gael the Caribbean television, also on Facebook and YouTube. Welcome to the show. Pull up a chair, tell a friend. This wonderful show is on the air once again. It's the 27th of October. So we'd like to thank you for joining us today. We have on set with us our co-host, Lady Donna Samlalsigh, and her husband, Chris Samlalsigh. And also we have yours truly, Mr. Derwayne Cadiz. So greetings to you all. We also have a special guest, but before we take that special guest and greet him, I just want to get your introduction, your greetings to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Yes?
Go ahead, Cliff and Donna. Yes, greetings to Trinidad and Tobago. Greetings to all our IMAs in internet land. Of course, we are from the OneLife network. We are a global ecosystem. And tonight, I'm really glad to be a part of this episode because we have backup. Tonight, we have people who are like-minded, you know, people who have a passion for this new emerging technology, and they are going to shed some light and bring some clarity and educate the population. So I'm definitely glad to be here tonight, Brother Noel.
Glad to hear what you said.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Donna Cliff?
Yeah, it's nice to hear what you said, Dwayne. Reinforcement with power. I love it. I know tonight it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I am hoping our guests will, he's going to bring a new light. He's going to bring information. He's going to bring excitement. So stay tuned and call. Make your information, you know, ask questions. Join us, okay? Cliff, what do you think?
I'm feeling the energy already, and the guest hasn't come on as yet. But allow me to just break protocol here now, please. What happened is that the name of this program is Beyond 2021. And a couple of us came across a little news clip about a lady, a Trinidadian woman to be exact, who is doing her very best to ensure that we survive well beyond 2021. This is the lady here. Thank you, Eric. Right? Her name is Dr. Haraxin Tilstead. She is born and bred and grew up in Trinidad. She eventually migrated to Denmark, where she got married and lives. Let's still show the picture, please. Still, what happened is that she won a prize at a World Food Prize because she is a nutrition expert, and because of her novel research, she has been able to ensure that people's lives become more healthy. You see how she looking there? I understand she's about 71 years old.
Wow.
Yes, you see, she is a testimony of what she said. Yeah, I hear any echo in Brother Noel's voice. God, no, there is right up his alley.
Oh, yes.
Right? In fact, I wish we could play a little clip here I'd seen a clip where one of our Tysonians was serenading her, all right, of Kess. Right?
What you probably don't know, though, is we've also been quietly exploring and inquiring about your own special traditions in your life. We know that you and your family have a special taste for a certain type of music, island music, and dancing as a family. We have a special tradition honoring the musical taste of our laureate each year during this ceremony. So tonight, from the island of Trinidad Tobago, your birth country, we have a native son. He is a founding member and lead vocalist of a Caribbean soca group formed in 2005. This group is known for their new unique blend of soulful vocals, calypso-inspired melodies, rock riffs and island beats, and all kinds of reggae. The band enjoys mainstream popularity in Trinidad Tobago and throughout the Caribbean. And the performer that you're going to hear tonight captivates audiences with electric, high-energy performances. So tonight, please welcome Kess.
Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah. She had the thing I love. And where she from, I don't know. Rock she waist and go low. She kick up the place like a dojo, yeah. Say what you say, what you say, what you say. See girl, when you come my way. What you do, what you do, what you do. I must get through. Girl, roll up your waist, show me that wine. Turn around, girl, don't be shy. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, girl, I love how the way you blow my mind. Hold me tight and bring down wine. Hello, 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 hello. Lordy, are you ready? Are you ready for it? Are you ready? Are you ready for it? You want to give me that? Don't hold back. Find it.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
That was a beautiful
listen, I wish I could hear the whole thing, boy. But you know what? I want to compliment not only the doctor on her achievement, but the person who introduced her, the lady. I want to even compliment her. You know why? Is the first foreigner I've heard pronounce the word Tobago and not Tobago. You understand? So I want to compliment those two persons. And I felt good seeing what Trinidad could produce. Well, guys, I don't want to hold back the show much longer.
Because if you feel that was exciting, we get in hot.
I'm going to show you what Trinidad could produce in a guest that we're bringing on.
That's right.
Yes.
So tonight, we just load in. Let me hand it back over to Brother Noel, who knows this guest more intimately than I do. And he can do the proper introduction. Take it away, Brother Noel.
Oh, yes,
thank you very much.
Keep the heat going.
Thank you very much. Are you all hearing me, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Thank you very much. Indeed, it's a pleasure to be here on Beyond 2021 once again with you all. Indeed, that lady did us proud. Of course, you see the talent that is coming from Trinidad and Tobago. And we are moving with innovation and technology right here in Trinidad and Tobago. We want you to pay careful attention because you're going to be inspired, you're going to be motivated, you're going to be educated with this show this evening. We're taking this show to another level. And our wonderful guest, I wouldn't call his name right now. He's a minister of religion. He's a sound engineer. He's CEO of GoTech Interactive Media Services, a member of the Internet Society of Trinidad and Tobago, founder of Cryptocurrency Investor Group. He's also the chancellor of the Royal Gold Academy and developer of its token community and ecosystem, cryptocurrency educator and investor slash entrepreneur, owner of Seven Trumpet Communication Internet radio station, decentralized online radio station, host of the Bunker, the Underground Bunker, the Bunker Report, and there is Crypto series on the Seven Trumpet Communication internet radio station, pursuing a master's degree in blockchain and digital currencies at the University of Nicosia in Cyprus, host and founder of the Underground Bunker weekly webinar and a community. And I've been on that Underground weekly webinars series talking about health and wellness as a guest. And I'm very familiar with that platform where they discuss a lot of issues about emerging technologies and decentralization of finance and health and so on. So this guy has a lot of accolades. He's a brilliant mind, a deep thinker. Ladies and gentlemen, before we introduce our guest speaker that will take us into the discussion topic tonight, the need for blockchain technology and cryptocurrency now. Let's take in this short video.
Yes, Brother Noel.
If you give up what you have researched for 30 years to understand what the end game is, will happen unchallenged. So giving up is just absolutely not an option.
The Fed cut interest rates effectively to zero, made it easier for banks and financial institutions to borrow money, essentially creating money out of thin air and injecting it into the economy.
The whole world has been turned away from real money and has been fooled into using currency. Welcome to the rabbit hole.
We are entering a period of financial crisis that is the greatest the world has ever known. The wealth transfer that will take place during this decade is the greatest wealth transfer in history.
Get started now. Get started with your One Academy package. Get started with your starter package. It's only $1,600 TT. Get your financial education from the One Academy. Although it's a beginner package, the information you're going to get from your One Academy starter package, you would have more knowledge than 90% of the world's population on finance for just $1,600 TT. Let's create a revolution. Let's spread the epidemic of our One Academy, One Life. Get it today.
Good day all, my name is King James, part of the OneLife Network Caribbean team. If you have no knowledge of what is cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, I'm inviting you to get started with this concept. It is $1,610 TT for you to participate in a financial curriculum that will help shape your world and your future, but better and greater than that. In our curriculum, there's no school that teaches our children about finance. This is a unique opportunity for you to get involved in practical and theory. You need the best of both worlds. The theory we offer allows you to participate in the practical. Position yourself strategically. Get a starter package from one of your local IMAs, somewhere near to you, some cousin, friend, uncle, some loved one. Do not hold back yourself from getting started with our organization. One Life for More Life, One Academy, Join the financial revolution.
This is Full 100, an all-natural herbal dietary supplement formulated exclusively for men. Our proprietary blend was designed with one goal in mind: to improve your overall health, rejuvenating your vitality, energy, strength, and libido. Want to be at your peak performance in everything you do? Then get Full 100. Fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
Oh my God.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. After that powerful, very motivational video clip, we want to welcome to Trinidad and Tobago #1 show beyond 2021, Mr. Carlos Gonzalez, the DeFi King. Welcome, sir.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's really a pleasure and an opportunity to be here tonight amongst good fellows of like mind. And I really appreciate the topic that you all have chosen to delegate in my court. The topic of ecosystem and blockchain.
Yes. So let's begin the discussion, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. Let's discuss what is blockchain, the need for blockchain. What is blockchain? Let's enter into that discussion right away. I don't know who want to jump in first.
Well, I will take this opportunity to jump in. And of course, Mr. Carlos, I know him as Carlos because we've come from a long way. Many moons ago, we had the same alma mater. We went to Pleasantville Junior Secondary and Senior Secondary School. So for those younger viewers who are now attending our alma mater, this is where we came from, and this is where we are today.
So Dwayne, you all share the same bad habits. Did you tell them? All right.
Well, we are here.
Good future habits.
We are here.
I wonder what those habits are.
So we are here among our esteemed colleagues. We're in good company. And of course, we are here to educate the population. We had our discussions off camera, and now we are bringing that energy on camera because I'm so glad to know that we have persons who are awake and not asleep to cryptocurrency, digitization, and all that comes with it. So I'm really intrigued to hear what Carlos has to say, where his mind is at, and what he thinks an apt message would be for Trinidad and Tobago at this point in time.
Well, I guess that's my cue.
Yeah.
The people, we are in a time like no other before. This time we are in the world has never been in existence. And it has set a platform. It has created a space where every single person, every citizen of Trinidad and Tobago can become an entrepreneur, can become wealthy, can earn, can detach themselves from the dependency of a 9-to-5 job. And I have no problem with 9-to-5 job, but we are in a time like no other in this world, where the good old saying is that with a crisis, there are opportunities. And this pandemic and this space we are in this time, 2020, 2021, is Renaissance 2.0. It's the time of the Renaissance 2.0 with a technological slant and dimension. What happened in the Renaissance period? It was a breakthrough of knowledge. It was a breakthrough of insight. It was a breakthrough of innovation. So much so that it created and became the foundation for the present educational system that we have existing in the world today. So that persons' qualifications and persons, they were measured and have been measured in society today based upon the application and the understanding of that old Renaissance period. But where we are today, with the technological developments of blockchain, cryptocurrency, and ecosystem setup and design, we are now in Renaissance 2.0 to provide and to set up a new foundation. And I love the name of the show, Beyond 2021. You are setting up a new foundation to go beyond 2021.
Yes.
I'll stop there for the minute.
I love that.
So, first of all, I take in your name, Mr. Carlos Gonzalez. So you're showing Trinidad and Tobago that there has been a strong Spanish influence way before the Venezuelan adoption. Right?
I love that.
Yeah, you said.
Yeah. Secondly, you talk about our Renaissance 2.0 and a shift in our thinking. So would you then want to suggest that our past education, which we have been schooled in, which Dwayne say you and he went to school, different school together, and got that, does that now have to change, or would that have to change to cope with this new fork in the road that we are facing?
I would
Definitely.
What do you think, Mr. Gonzalez?
Definitely. Definitely, there has to be change. There has to be a period of unlearning to take place.
Oh, good point. Good point. Very good point.
Because we have learned a lot of things that have restricted our truest and fullest potential in life. And it was designed and set up for the period of time that it was designed and set up for, the industrial age, to produce factory workers and clones, and we can see that, Dwayne, you and I remember, we hear the bell ring, and when the bell ring, we know it's lunchtime. We know when the bell ring, it's time to go home, or break time, or to go home. That bell is no different from you scraping the plate and the chickens, them running from wherever to come and eat the feed. When you scrape that sound, it's called operant conditioning. And we have all become victims of conditioning. And that conditioning was to set us up to be factory workers in that industrial time. So that education was designed for that.
Beautiful.
But we are shifting.
I love, let me say welcome to your viewers as well, persons who follow your radio station, 7 TCN Radio, right? So I want to big up your viewers, because we know that it's basically a merging of two systems together. A lot of people have problems with networks and systems, Pastor Carlos. What is your take on networks and systems as it relates to this new digital transformation? Should people have problems with it, or should people embrace it?
Well, that's an interesting question, and that's a packed answer. What I will say is that we need to redefine even the words we use. And network, which is the word we oftentimes use, it has become very tainted, and stringent in a lot of ways. I prefer to use the word community, rather than network, because network hinges on certain rules and parameters by which it will determine success. But community means that everyone and every participant fuses together, commune together as one. And therefore, every activity that is done within the community brings now utility, liquidity, and I'm going ahead of myself, so I will stop right there. But so I would say that what we need to do, and is again a redefinition of terms. Nothing is wrong with the word network, but I will be honest that in my observation and my experience, the word network has been abused, misused, and confused. And I think that community is really what we want to get, because the whole idea is that network gives the idea of just business and I don't care about you. Right. But community says that my success and your success is connected. All our successes comes together to be all of us to grow together. You know, so I love that redefining that we use the term. That's my thought. You know, community brings this idea of success for all rather than success for a few.
We say it like this.
I love that point.
Together for more.
I must say that's an excellent question, very power pack, and I liked how Mr. Gonzalez handled it. You know what? You were talking there, Mr. Gonzalez. I'm feeling family. I'm feeling like community is more of a family. We're more helping each other. That's why when say we have 3.3+ million in our community, you just defined it so well, because you made me feel part of. While really network tends to make you feel like as well as you and he and whoever. But that is a beautiful definition. I must say that. And doing that was a power pack question, boy.
You see what you're saying is so in keeping. Like, for instance, you hear the language that is used by successful people in the world is different to the language that a number of persons who fighting to survive. For instance, you hear people saying, "Oh God, that problem," or you hear successful people don't say there's a problem, there's just a challenge.
That's right. Yeah.
You see, it provokes a different connotation in your mind.
A different type of thinking.
Yes. Correct. So there's a difference between a problem and a challenge. You hear persons who scrambling, scraping to keep it together, talk about, "Oh God, boy, shoot, listen, you know, I want to work on next job just to be able to pay the bills." You hear successful people say, "You know something? I have to find a way to have another earning asset so that could provide the revenue for me to be able to pay those bills. Not I work in it, but the asset work in it." So it's a different thinking. Yes, and so I love what this is.
And I love when we put a pin in it as you see something that could provoke you to beat that challenge out there. So let's go. Put a pin in it and we'll be back. Join us. Call us. 715-4522. Join the conversation. We're having quite a nice evening with Mr. Gonzalez. Thank you.
And God said, "Let there be light."
Welcome to the Antediluvian Nature Center of Life Extension and Health Recovery. Coming from the Garden of Eden, the Antediluvian Nature Center brings to you breakthrough medicines and anti-aging technologies for all ailments and diseases in the body. Stretching from ancient past to our modern times, we bring to you all the natural therapies, solar therapy, hydrotherapy, song therapy, aromatherapy, nutritional therapies, naturopathic treatments, and homeopathic remedies, as we create opportunities of hope and celebrate longevity. And remember, the healing is from God.
Good day all, my name is King James, part of the OneLife Network Caribbean team. If you have no knowledge of what is cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, I'm inviting you to get started with this concept. It is $1,610 TT for you to participate in a financial curriculum that will help shape your world and your future. But better and greater than that, in our curriculum, there's no school that teaches our children about finance. This is a unique opportunity for you to get involved in practical and theory. You need the best of both worlds. The theory we offer allows you to participate in the practical. Position yourself strategically. Get a starter package from one of your local IMAs somewhere near to you, some cousin, friend, uncle, some loved one. Do not hold back yourself from getting started with our organization. One Life for More Life, One Academy. Join the financial revolution. Do you know what am I speaking about? Do you know what is cryptocurrency? Do you know what is blockchain technology? Are you aware of what we currently face on a regular basis with quantitative easing, fractional reserve lending? Do you know? I am inviting you to come out of the financial darkness and into financial light. The only way for us to achieve that is with education. And one particular type of education is what I'm speaking about. I'm asking you to join the One Academy. It is a financial revolution of teaching regarding introduction to finance, cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, helping you understand the world of money and what is money. What is money? Money is simple. It is what we agree upon to exchange for goods and services. If you want full comprehension, join the One Academy.
Yes, yes, yes. Good night. Good night, good night again. Hope you all not missing a word. All right.
I'm telling you.
You would have heard Mr. Gonzalez, Mr. Carlos Gonzalez speak about a new education. Now, persons may have heard that and started to feel one time, wait, so you're telling me now that I have to go back to and go back to school and start over? Yeah, what the gentleman said, if you heard him clearly, he said you first have to unlearn. When you look at those martial arts movies and you see the man come to the teacher to learn how to fight, and he feel that he already knows, has enough skills, what's the first thing the person tells the student? Come with your cup empty. You understand? Yeah. Get rid of that, all that you knew. Why? Because if your head is already packed with what you believe is it, you cannot get anything new into it. So it all comes down to a mindset. So I want to pass it back over to Mr. Gonzalez to be able to elaborate on this mindset. But before he does that, I don't think we gave him the courtesy of introducing himself properly. For instance, how did he get into this field of elaborating on blockchain technology and blockchain efficiency?
And may I add a point? I love what you said about network and community. I love the definition you gave us of it. It made me feel warm. So continue. You're doing a job.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm encouraged. And well, to start, the journey began with getting fed up. That's where the journey started. The best place to start the journey is getting fed up of your present situation. Getting tired of being tired of being tired. Fed up of being fed up, right? Saying enough is enough is enough is enough. That is the most simplistic platform that anyone could begin the change and the transformation in their journey. My change and transformation journey started with that. It started really in 2008 when the crisis was happening all over the world. The mortgage financial crisis was taking place and stuff. My business, which was at the time, I had a graphics company. Then later I brought in the sound engineer and the videography and also a computer technician and networking person from a technological standpoint. And all that culminated, but then what happened, 2008 happened. And then redefining or readjusting myself, I began to come to a point in the journey where I remember going outside in my yard one early morning, 1, 2 in the morning. I like to do that, so just look up at the sky and the stars. And I have my own personal meditation going on, and I'm saying, listen, enough is enough, Lord. Enough is enough. And it was right there in that experience, it was as if a distinct voice came to me saying, if you want your situation and circumstance to change, you must change. If you want your situation and circumstance to change, you must change. Every one of us, our situation and circumstance is an extension of our mindset and our persona, our disposition. If our dispositions don't change, our circumstance will express only what is ebbing out of us. Everything our hands touch, every activity we do, every transaction we do, every market we market, it all flows from and emanates from a change in our disposition. And that is what happened with me in 2008. Yes, Dwayne?
Just want to ask a question here. So it's not the Prime Minister's fault, right? Just making sure for all those people who want to blame somebody else for their...
No. They have their stuff to deal with, right? But I ain't going there. But it's not their fault. Because every single person have no excuse, especially in Trinidad. Because I can tell you, Trinidad is one of the most entrepreneurial places in the world. Because whereas in the US, you can't start a business just so. In Trinidad, you could throw up a table at the side of the road and sell coconut. Yeah. You could go and make some doubles and sell it at the road. You might get a food badge up fully yet, but listen, we have no excuse in Trinidad and Tobago. We are some of the most innovative people that have undersold ourselves and have degraded our capabilities. And it's because of, sad to say, and I come back to the reference, our educational system that have trained us to only think along or between the lines and not outside the box. So train back in my journey, started there, and I looked at Bitcoin and was hearing a lot about Bitcoin, but the controversial Hollywood and governmental systems always painted it as something negative, evil, wicked. Only criminals deal with it. I being in the IT space, I have gone into some sites and saw Bitcoin pop up. I was like, what is this Bitcoin stuff? What is this about? And the sad thing is, we have been it has been brushed as something criminals use. But I dare to pitch in right in here and say we don't realize that majority of criminal activity doesn't happen in cryptocurrency. It happens with cash money, right? 80% of the criminal activity that happens in the world happens with fiat currency. It does not happen with cryptocurrency, right? And it was a certain event that happened in the history of Bitcoin's development that really brought Bitcoin in the spotlight and cryptocurrency in the spotlight. And sad to say, it was a negative event. It was a criminal activity that was taking place, but that was one person on one platform, right? And that broad-brushed and tainted the whole space. And so every person like myself heard it, didn't take it very serious. It was only until 2018, 2019, I encountered some colleagues of mine who introduced me to a platform that had introduced the concept of cryptocurrency at its early stages. And it was there I got into it much more fully. Being an IT guy, I was able to grasp information very easy, understand the technological terms and that. And then from there, to make a long story short, because I could take the whole program to tell my story. And for long story short, I realized that education was the key. Started with myself, doing several personal courses, private courses with different platforms. And then, of course, dedicating myself to help educate other people. Because one of the problems we have is a lot of people get into cryptocurrency space and don't understand nothing about it and don't understand anything about how it works. And that's why it remains a network and not a community.
Wow.
Right? So
education is important then.
education is the foundation, but the right type of education. I call it decentralized education, right? Education that is not built or controlled by one platform who sells a particular narrative and say everybody has to accept that. I believe, and I share this even with Brother Noel on one of his programs, that we have been exposed to the education by imposition rather than education through discovery. And that's how we'll talk further. That's
I love it. Mr. Gonzalez, you know what thought keeps going through my head? In the definition for insanity is when you do the same thing over and over and expect different results. And that is what a lot of people do, you know. You went outside, you communicated, you get fed up. I ask people if they're not fed up of being poor. If you don't want a change, if you don't want something different in your life, but if you keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, you have to be mad, because that could never happen. And what you did is you looked, you meditated, you got to your source, whichever, and you found, I have to do something more. I have to do something different. And you went out there and you did it. And that's what it's about the change that is here this evening. That's what brought about the change. We need people to call in. Talk to Mr. Gonzalez, 715-4522. And if you're outside of Trinidad and Tobago, put 1868 in front of it.
I just want to, as you're inviting persons to call in, I just want to thank somebody who I just posted a message. I think it's Holmes Williams.
Yeah, Williams.
Yes. Saying an excellent program. Thank you, sir. I'm glad we could deliver.
Right. And I'm quite sure
that's one of my community people.
The conversation is really nice. Yes. He's taking us into a part where you need to start to understand it does not just begin, it begins in the mind, it begins in a change, in a difference, in a movement.
Because taking responsibility.
That's right. And he's bringing across some excellent points.
You see, because everything flows from that. Otherwise, you'll just be chasing the wind. Even people who are in organizations such as yours, your community that you all have, we try, you always running on, we tend to get to that place. But if people internally motivate themselves, internally educate themselves, they will be running you down. They'll be running us, people down. Is it, where could I get information to change my life? Where could I get? That's what we want.
That's right.
But that cannot happen if it's always external, you know.
Okay, so we're going to take a short break right now, and when we get back, we want to explore a little more of the blockchain technology, what it is, and how can we profit from it, why the need for blockchain. Okay, so we'll take a short break right now. We'll be right back with the show Beyond 2021.
Do you know what am I speaking about? Do you know what is cryptocurrency? Do you know what is blockchain technology? Are you aware of what we currently face on a regular basis with quantitative easing, fractional reserve lending? Do you know? I am inviting you to come out of the financial darkness and into financial light. The only way for us to achieve that is with education. And one particular type of education is what I'm speaking about. I'm asking you to join the One Academy. It is a financial revolution of teaching regarding introduction to finance, cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, helping you understand the world of money and what is money. What is money? Money is simple. It is what we agree upon to exchange for goods and services. If you want full comprehension, join the One Academy.
Welcome to the Antediluvian Nature Center of Life Extension and Health Recovery. Coming from the Garden of Eden, the Antediluvian Nature Center brings to you breakthrough medicines and anti-aging technologies for all ailments and diseases in the body, nutritional therapies, naturopathic treatments, as we create opportunities of hope and celebrate longevity. And remember, The healing is from God.
Good day all, my name is King James, part of the OneLife Network Caribbean team. If you have no knowledge of what is cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, I'm inviting you to get started with this concept. It is $1,610 TT for you to participate in a financial curriculum that will help shape your world and your future. But better and greater than that, in our curriculum, there's no school that teaches our children about finance. This is a unique opportunity for you to get involved in practical and theory. You need the best of both worlds. The theory we offer allows you to participate in the practical. Position yourself strategically. Get a starter package from one of your local IMAs, somewhere near to you, some cousin, friend, uncle, some loved one. Do not hold back yourself from getting started with our organization. One life for more life. One academy. Join the financial revolution.
Yes, good night again, good night. And I hope that everybody who started off the program would not only be here, but they went and they grabbed somebody's hand and said, listen, special program. Yeah, you got to hear what is being shared. So, Monday of this week, last week, I was speaking, and he is into Forex trading. So you were sharing with me that he had done some millions in trading for last year. Not last year, for 2 years ago. And when he went, he met another fellow trader from foreign, and that person told him, boy, you wasting time, boy. I doing 50 for the year, 50 million. So, of course, I then told him, as my friend that we were talking, you're saying, listen, because you're saying, listen, the millions I make in a year, when I first got into this thing, I thought, boy, that would be so much money, and then you get to realize how much good you could do with money. So then I asked him, I said, well, wait, just now, what about persons who don't want to get into Forex trading? What is the next avenue that you can get into that? Easy. The answer, according to him, is easy. What is the next emerging industry? Cryptocurrency. That's it. And if you want to make that kind of money and more, just get to understand this emerging industry. Imagine, this is the advice being shared by someone who already is into Forex. Now, Forex is practiced by the banks and all that, if you don't know. All right? So, that is why you see, we take so much pleasure in bringing this show to you guys every week, and even more pleasure for me to hand it back over to Mr. Carlos Gonzalez to elaborate on what it is we hear about, to talk about blockchain and so on. Donnie, wanted to say something?
I just wanted to say, don't tell yourself, I can't do that. That is a locking down of the mind. And what Mr. Gonzalez is saying, your mindset, start changing it, start turning it around and doing things differently. It can happen to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Gonzalez.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. You see, so I've been sharing a journey, and that journey, we talked about community, talked about mindset. Mindset first, really, then community. And then it moves after that from community to technology. Technology is the tools that we will utilize to express the desires of the community and the goal of the mindset. So the technology is the extension of the community. If there's no community, the technology would not be effective. And that's where blockchain came about. Blockchain came about as a distributed ledger type system, right? Where there are shared information among persons. Now, that is what we call the network. The technology is the network. The people is the community.
Yes.
Right? So I just want to distinguish the difference. And that's where the technology now expresses itself through a network and fulfills the desires of the community. The blockchain basically is that digital database that contains information that can be and includes financial transactions, but not only limited to that. Right. And can be simultaneously used and shared within a large, decentralized, publicly accessible network of computers that now every person that's connected by the technology can attribute gains based on what they are doing in the interaction. I know that's a big mouthful, but it's basically the technology used to create a database, but this database is shared. That's the short version, right? It's a database that's shared amongst persons in a community through a network, right? So it's really important for me personally to know that. And the reason why blockchain technology arriving and the first application of blockchain technology was Bitcoin. But the concept of blockchain technology existed a long time ago, years ago. In fact, when you read the white paper of the creator of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, you would see and understand that the reason for the technology was to bring or to solve the problem of trust within the community. Because while we are talking all positive and mindset and community and all that, we also have to realize we are dealing with human beings with human natures. And human beings with human natures are not everybody at the same state of change. Correct. Not everybody at the same state of personality or mindset. And therefore, not everybody at the state of being totally free of corruption. And that's where blockchain technology came to help to eradicate. It came to fulfill two major functions: to eliminate control and to eliminate corruption. I oftentimes say that man without some measure of godliness will always be corrupt. But now I've appended to that blockchain. If you don't have blockchain technology, you're also open to corruption. And the blockchain technology, what it does, and that word decentralized has to come up, because that word decentralized means to operate with outside of the dependency of a third-party system, a mechanism, whether it's a company, a bank, or some third party that helps to determine or verify the transaction between two parties. And so we have been bombarded since the industrial age to now with centralized systems. Those centralized systems have expressed themselves all through our life, through the medical system, through education, through things like land registries and bank accounts, academic certification, citizenship records, hotel reservation. All these things are examples of centralized systems. Decentralization, with the help of the blockchain technology, which is very technical to go into and won't go into that tonight, but it helps to bring now and level the playing field so that there is no haves and have-nots. Everyone is at the same scale. There's equality and there's true humanity. I'll stop there.
Right. So, okay. I know the time is short, but Noel, I would ask if you would permit me to ask a question here in relation to what was just said.
Yes, sure.
Okay. So you spoke about decentralization. Now, for us represented in this room, we are part of a centralized network. So we can agree to disagree on certain aspects, right? Respectfully so. Now, we know that there should be a certain amount of rules and regulations that govern transactions for things to run smoothly, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we know with the advent of blockchain, there's no more need for a watchman because the blockchains now brings transparency throughout the system. So we can see, we can all see what's happening simultaneously. There's a level of transparency, there's a level of accountability, right?
Yes.
Now, from our standpoint, we are part of a centralized system, right? Centralized, but not governmentally owned or controlled. So I know fundamentally there might be a difference between your concept and our concept. But however...
Well, I tend to interject here. I don't think so, really. Because even the technology is what brings the decentralization, right? It's not even us. It's the technology. That's the tool. That's what makes it decentralized, right? Because all of us are governed by some central, whether it's a god or there's always some central aspect of us. But when it comes to community, the technology, which is decentralized, caters and opens the opportunity for we who are connected to these systems to be successful. Sorry for crossing here, but I just wanted to let you know that
I would have wanted to put it in this way, for me personally. So I heard Mr. Gonzalez say it in his model, which is different to our model. However, because we stand for the same core values,
that's right.
This is what I see we have in common. So I recognize and appreciate him as being part of the crypto brotherhood.
Yes.
And because I believe he may not have said it, but because I believe he shares the same feeling like myself, where we are being disgusted by not being able to get what we should have gotten under the system, which our education system kind of led us to believe this is what we get, go to school, do well in your schoolwork, work hard, take your licks for not understanding your tables, and take your licks for instance, I often tell people in maths, people say I real good in figures and so on. Okay, I say thanks, but the amount of licks I get for it, you know something? A lot of what I get licks for in school, I didn't apply it when I left school. So I get licks needlessly. That's why I say
licks for nothing.
Yeah. So
gentlemen, we will get some licks here right now.
Yeah, but
it's time for us to wrap up the show. Yeah.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And both of us see this establishment as the enemy. And I said, hey, I start you on board.
All right, folks, we have to wrap up now because we are almost out of time. We want to thank Mr. Gonzalez for gracing us with his presence, for so well articulating the whole concept of decentralization, the mindset change that we need, the education, as well as the blockchain technology principle, and cryptocurrency. So we'd like to thank you very much for gracing us with your presence on this show this evening. Thank everyone, Donna, Cliff, Mr. Cadiz. Also, we want to thank our director,
EJ.
Yes. Mr. Alvarez and his son for, doing all the technical work and making this show a success. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, with that being said, all of you who are viewing this program, wherever you are in our world, right, Ms. Mirel Lezama, our producer, and of course, our head, the head of this network, Mr. Cordell King James, wherever you are, God richly bless you, and God protect you and watch over you. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being on this show.
See you next week.
May God be with you all. See you next week. Thank you.
One ecosystem, you know them. We not frightened of nobody, but we respect everybody, and we better than everybody. So we will run with anybody. No fear, no better than we. No kind, no better than we. Step on me one and say, one ecosystem to the One ecosystem will do something, do something, do something, do something. Uno do something, do something. I'm not talking. One ecosystem will do something, do something, do something, do something. Uno do something, do something. I'm not bag of chasing. Hey.